Welcome to the English Learning Explainer. Whether you're listening at home, commuting on the bus, walking the dog, or just taking a quick coffee break, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. I'm Jason.
And I'm Julia. Today, we are tackling a universal frustration for so many of you. You've studied English for years, you know the grammar rules, you've memorized the vocabulary lists, you can even watch movies without subtitles. But the second someone asks you a question in real life, you freeze.
Exactly. Your mind goes completely blank. If that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're breaking down why this happens and, more importantly, how to fix it with a solid 2-week plan.
So why do we freeze when it's time to speak? Picture this relatable scenario. You're at a coffee shop. You just want to order a drink. The barista looks at you and asks a simple question in English, and suddenly, total panic. Your stomach drops.
Oh, it is the worst feeling. You have strong grammar knowledge. You understood the barista perfectly, yet your mouth just refuses to cooperate.
This is what we call the fluency trap, and trust us, it is incredibly common. It doesn't mean you're bad at learning languages, you're just stuck in a very specific phase. So our core mantra for you today is this: stop waiting to feel ready, just start speaking.
We absolutely love this quote, as it gets right to the core of the issue. You cannot become a confident speaker if you only study English without actually speaking it.
Think about it like riding a bike. You can read 100 books about the physics of riding a bicycle, and you can watch videos of professional cyclists all day long, but you will never learn how to balance until you actually get on the bike and pedal. Language works the exact same way.
To get you pedaling, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll examine the fluency trap. Then, we'll look at why consistency beats intensity, how to overcome the fear of perfectionism, and some amazing daily solo speaking habits.
After that, we'll bring it all together into a concrete 2-week action plan. And finally, we'll talk about why we need to embrace slow progress.
Let's dive right in with Section 1, the fluency trap, escaping the cycle of passive consumption. Before we explain this slide, let's do a quick vocabulary check, Jason. Great idea. Our first key phrase today is the fluency trap. That's the frustrating phase where you know the English, but you just can't speak it. Now, looking at the slide, we have 2 more key terms: passive learning and active learning. Let's look at a classic before bad habit. You spend 3 hours silently reading a grammar book or binge watching a TV show in English. You feel super productive, right? But that is passive learning. It's just receiving information. It gives you the illusion of progress because you're building listening comprehension. Right, but speaking, that requires our after a good habit, active learning, things like speaking out loud or having one-on-one sessions. Listening builds your comprehension muscle, but only speaking builds your speaking muscle. They're completely different skills. Moving right along to Section 2, consistency beats intensity, why marathons don't work for memory. We really need to bust the myth that massive, hours-long study sessions are the secret to quick fluency. Here's another before bad habit. You ignore English all week, then do a 5-hour binge on Saturday. What happens? By next weekend, you've forgotten the vocabulary, and you are totally burned out. Compare that to the after good habit of just a 15-minute daily practice. Why does this work? It comes down to our 4th key vocab word today: consolidation. Your brain actually needs sleep cycles between study sessions to consolidate or lock in the new language. Short, consistent, daily habits reinforce your memory before it fades.
Which leads perfectly into Section 3, overcoming fear and perfectionism, the psychology holding your tongue. Because let's be honest, usually what holds us back isn't a lack of time, it's a lack of courage.
We absolutely have to defeat the villain of perfectionism. First thing to remember, native speakers make mistakes literally all the time. You probably make mistakes in your native language too. Your goal is meaning and communication, not flawless grammar.
So true. And please, don't compare your everyday, real-life struggles to someone else's polished highlight reel online. Most importantly, you have to learn to laugh at your slip-ups. Taking yourself too seriously is a massive roadblock to speaking a new language.
Okay, Section 4, daily solo speaking habits, training the muscle without the pressure. Now that our mindset is right, we're giving you an actionable toolkit. Step 1 is our final key vocab word today: shadowing. Shadowing means instantly repeating what a native speaker says. Pick a video with a clear speaker, like a TED Talk. Hit play and lag right behind them by half a second.
You literally mimic everything out loud. Their pace, their rhythm, their intonation. It's a total game changer because it trains your mouth muscles to form English sounds at native speed, completely bypassing your brain's urge to hesitate and translate.
Another amazing tool is the 60-second topic rule. Pick any topic, maybe your favorite movie or your plans for tomorrow, and speak out loud for 1 full minute without stopping.
But here's the catch. If you make a mistake, do not stop to fix it. Keep pushing forward. The single biggest blocker to fluent speaking is the urge to pause mid-sentence to fix a tiny grammar slip. This drill trains your brain to prioritize forward motion. Real conversations punish hesitation way more than they punish small mistakes.
And look how simple it can be to practice. You can use foundational prompts like, "Where are you from?" or "What do you do?" to practice solo with AI conversation tools on your phone.
Let's do a quick role play right now to show you how easy this is. Imagine we're meeting at a local English club. I'll just step up and say, "Hi, I'm Julia. What do you like to do for fun?"
Oh, hey, Julia. I'm Jason. I really love hiking and reading books. Where are you from?
I'm from London.
See, just a natural, basic back and forth. Prompting an AI to ask you these basic questions removes all the social anxiety of talking to a real stranger while safely building your confidence. Beyond AI, you can turn your everyday dead time into active speaking time. Narrate your life out loud. If you're cooking, literally say, "I am chopping the onions now."
You can also read articles out loud at a normal speaking pace. Try recording a 90-second voice note every day on your phone. You'll be amazed at the filler words you catch when you listen back. And finally, watch a show with English subtitles on, then rewatch it with them off to test your active listening.
All right, Section 5, the 2-week action plan, your day-by-day roadmap. We've got the mindset, we've got the tools. Let's put it all into a practical plan. You might want to grab a screenshot of this table. Notice the progression here. Week 1 is entirely focused on building habits. You are setting your foundation, listening daily, learning full phrases instead of single words, speaking out loud, and practicing that shadowing technique. Once that muscle is warm, Week 2 pushes you into active use. This is where you try thinking in English instead of translating, recording your voice, telling short stories, and finally seeking out real-life chats online or in person. It's a calculated, safe transition into spontaneous use. And that brings us to Section 6, embracing slow progress, changing how we measure success. As you execute this plan, we have to acknowledge that the fluency plateau carries a lot of emotional weight. Our human brains desperately crave fast, dramatic proof of success. So to survive the plateau, you must monitor your internal monologue. Look at the difference here. Harsh language like "I'm failing" or "I'm behind" creates fear, and fear makes you want to quit.
But kind language, saying "I'm learning slowly" or "I showed up today," creates safety. If you're harsh on yourself, slow progress is incredibly painful. But if you're kind to yourself, slow progress becomes entirely possible.
Because the truth is, real progress is often invisible and quiet. It doesn't usually look like instant, flawless fluency overnight. It looks like understanding just one more sentence than you did yesterday.
It's feeling just a little bit less afraid to speak up. It's choosing to try again instead of quitting. It's choosing to make a mistake in public instead of avoiding the conversation entirely.
These quiet, brave moments are the actual building blocks of fluency.
Let this be your ultimate takeaway for today. Communication is more important than perfection. Validating this concept changes everything. Making mistakes is not a failure. It is a mandatory, necessary step to eventual fluency.
If you are communicating your thoughts, even with a grammatical error, you are succeeding.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer today. But we are not going to let you go without a quick speaking challenge. We're going to give you 3 short sentences. Wherever you are right now, we want you to repeat them out loud after us with confidence. Ready?
Number 1, I am becoming a better speaker every day.
Number 2, mistakes help me learn and grow.
Number 3, I am ready to start speaking right now.
Amazing job. Here is your take-home challenge for today. Tell us what you are doing right now. In English, down in the comments section.
And if you found this explainer helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.
Let's say our mantra again one last time. Stop waiting to feel ready. Just start speaking.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us on the English Learning Explainer. Keep practicing, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you next time.